Imagine being swallowed whole by a giant sea creature and surviving to tell the tale. Sounds like a myth or a Hollywood movie, right? But this incredible story, and many more, comes straight from the pages of the Bible. Welcome to the Bible's hidden ocean creatures, where faith meets the mysteries of the deep. Our first story centers on one of the Bible's most famous prophets, Jonah. According to the book of Jonah, God commanded him to go to the city of Nineveh to deliver a warning. Instead, Jonah fled by ship, only to be caught in a violent storm. As the tempest raged, Jonah was thrown overboard and swallowed by a great fish. The Bible doesn't specify exactly what kind of creature this was. Could it have been a giant whale, a massive shark, or an unknown deep-sea monster? Scientists today know about creatures like the giant squid and the colossal squid, which reach enormous sizes, but none are known to swallow humans whole. Jonah spent 3 days and nights inside this dark, watery prison, praying and reflecting, before the creature miraculously spat him out alive onto dry land. This story of Jonah reminds us of the awe-inspiring and sometimes terrifying power of the ocean, and how it can serve as both a prison and a place of transformation. But Jonah isn't the only biblical figure connected to mysterious sea creatures. The Bible mentions Leviathan, a massive sea beast described in the book of Job. This creature was so powerful that it could stir the ocean like a boiling pot. Leviathan was said to have scales as hard as shields and breathe fire, symbolizing chaos and untamable nature itself. Some scholars believe Leviathan may have been inspired by real sea creatures like the crocodile or giant sea snakes. Another fascinating sea creature is Behemoth. Though often thought to be a land beast, some interpretations suggest it could be a massive aquatic animal, possibly a hippopotamus or even a large sea monster, highlighting how ancient people viewed the unknown depths with fear and wonder. The great fish of the prophet Nahum? Some scholars suggest another possible encounter with a mysterious fish in the book of Nahum, where a prophecy mentions Nineveh's destruction coming like a flood, and a great fish in the sea that can swallow many. Though vague, this allusion hints at the biblical imagery connecting divine judgment and the untamable ocean, possibly referencing huge sea creatures symbolizing overwhelming power. The Rahab, the sea monster of Egypt. Another lesser-known creature is Rahab, mentioned in Isaiah 51 and Psalms 89. Rahab is portrayed as a monstrous sea dragon or serpent that represents Egypt's pride and chaos. God's power over Rahab symbolizes the defeat of evil and oppressive powers, using the ocean's terrifying creatures as metaphors. The Dragon of Revelation. In the New Testament, the book of Revelation speaks of a dragon, a seven-headed sea beast rising from the ocean. Though symbolic, this sea dragon echoes the ancient fear of monstrous creatures lurking in the unknown depths and represents spiritual battles between good and evil. Jonah's great fish versus modern ocean giants. While the Bible names only one great fish, swallowing Jonah, today we know creatures like the whale shark, largest fish in the ocean, growing over 40 feet, and the giant squid with tentacles longer than a school bus. Could ancient sailors have encountered such massive creatures and woven their experiences into the biblical narrative? The mysterious creatures of the Red Sea. When Moses parted the Red Sea, the waters parted to reveal dry land, but the sea was home to countless creatures. The Bible doesn't describe specific animals in this miracle, but marine biologists speculate the Red Sea teems with unique fish and coral species that ancient people would have marveled at. Fish and water creatures in Jesus' ministry. Even in the New Testament, water creatures play a role. In Matthew 17:27, Jesus tells Peter to catch a fish that will have a coin in its mouth to pay the temple tax, an extraordinary event blending divine provision with everyday life. Modern science has uncovered many real ocean giants. Whales reaching lengths of 100 feet, squid with tentacles longer than a school bus, and mysterious deep-sea creatures that glow in the dark. These living marvels remind us that the Bible's stories may have roots in encounters with real, awe-inspiring animals. Whether literal or symbolic, the Bible's hidden ocean creatures challenge us to see the sea as a place of divine mystery, a reminder that beneath the waves lie stories of power, survival, and the unknown. So next time you look out at the ocean, Remember the prophet swallowed by a giant fish, and the mighty Leviathan that still inspires awe today. Subscribe for more untold biblical mysteries and fascinating stories from the ancient world.